The race for the White House is being fought on familiar territory.
5 days from now, we are going to win Florida.
If Florida goes blue, it's over. It's over.
The presidential campaigns converged on the Sunshine State Thursday, holding rallies in Tampa just a few hours apart.
I've never been more optimistic about America and America's chances than I am today, because I know the American people.
We are doing great. Do you see the number today? 33.1 GDP, the biggest in the history of our country.
While President Trump focused on positive economic data.
We locked down, we understood the disease, and now we're open for business.
Democratic nominee Joe Biden emphasized the White House's handling of the coronavirus.
Donald Trump has waved the white flag, abandoned our families, and surrendered to the virus.
Today, both candidates will be in the upper Midwest, a region where COVID-19 cases are spiking. Yes.
spoken, their number one concern is the economy. And when you look at a place like Erie County, a place where small business is such an important factor, you know, the economy, you have Wabtec, of course, your big companies, but then you have those smaller businesses. That's the key to driving Erie's industry. And I think what you're going to start seeing is you're going to start seeing on Election Day a lot of votes dependent on that economy, whether or not they vote for Democratic nominee Joe Biden because they think it's struggling, or they're maybe optimistic the economy can recover with President Donald Trump. I think a lot of the vote in Erie County is going to come based off of what people's belief is with the economy, which, as we see, has been fluctuating. So there's still no clear answer as to who will win Erie County and ultimately the state of Pennsylvania, which could very well decide the election.
That's right. We're going to take another look at some video of the candidates again.
The race for the White House is being fought on familiar territory.
5 days from now, we are going to win Florida.
If Florida goes
Donald
blue,
Trump just last
it's
week at
over.
Erie International Airport
It's
with a
over.
rally.
The presidential campaigns converged on the Sunshine State Thursday, holding rallies in Tampa just a few hours apart.
I've never been more optimistic about America and America's chances than I am today. Because I know the American people.
Along with his former boss, President Obama, something for him as well. And then you see President Trump, bringing in
While President Trump focused on positive economic data.
We locked down.
They are focusing on the Midwest today.
And now
this
we're
Friday.
open for business.
Democratic nominee Joe Biden emphasized the White House's handling of the coronavirus.
Yesterday.
Waved the white flag.
You know,
Abandon
they
our families and
are going to be
surrender
focusing
to the
on
virus.
Wisconsin.
Today,
and
both
Iowa
candidates will be
and
in the
other
upper
parts of
Midwest, a
Minnesota.
region where COVID-19
all today.
cases are
So,
spiking. Yesterday, House
their
Speaker
push
Nancy
continues,
Pelosi
and,
fully ended
Our
pandemic.
push continues here as well as we try to bring you every angle that we can. The voice of the voters, the League of Women Voters, the struggling businesses out there, because this election is during a pandemic and so much more.
Interesting, Eva, you mentioned where the candidates are today. You're starting to see a trend. You're starting to see now the candidates focus on what I call the big 6 states. Mike obviously mentioned the big 3, you know, your Michigan, Pennsylvania, Florida. I think you look, the 6 states to me that the candidates are really focusing on is in the Midwest with Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, and down south with Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina. So there's 2 different sectors. There's one on the southern side, which the candidates were at yesterday, and the Midwest, which the candidates are in today. And I think as you continue to see the next couple of days progress, you're going to see those candidates essentially going to the same states in different locations, trying to have rallies, trying to build up as much of a base as they can, knowing how critical those swing states are. Sure, every state is important, but you're going to see a really concise campaign in the last couple of days. I'd say especially on Sunday and Monday. It could be possible that these candidates might just be in Pennsylvania and Florida exclusively, depending on where they see the numbers fit.
And maybe another footprint in our area as well. You know, because we know that Erie County, again, is a hot spot in the state. And so, you know, it very well could, you know, be that very day before the election, like it was in 2016, where the Trump campaign made a stop in Erie County day before the election. And, you know, therefore, you know what happened.
And you have to think Erie County was one of the critical counties that Trump won that led him to win the state of Pennsylvania, because that race in 2016 was close. It was very close. Trump won it by 0.5 point in Pennsylvania in 2016. And so it's counties like Erie. It's counties, I mean, you could talk about the counties in central Pennsylvania, the ones near State College that could possibly be up and down swing counties. Obviously, Democratic nominee Joe Biden will want to drive up the turnout in places like Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Harrisburg. But it really is the counties such as Erie and the ones that are potentially swing counties that could determine Pennsylvania. And I heard you talking with Mike a little bit earlier. What's going to be critical is if Pennsylvania is even going to be called on election night. We know for sure 3 counties, Beaver, Butler, Cumberland, that won't be counting mail-in votes until after Election Day. Those votes are normally Republican-heavy votes in those counties. So you never know what's going to happen, but there's no guarantee they'll be able to call Pennsylvania. There's no guarantee they'd have been able to call Pennsylvania even if all the votes would have been counted on election night. Now there's less of a chance, and I mean, it all could come down to PA. It might not, but it's a critical swing state that might not get called on election night.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we know that you're going to be at the alert desk tonight for the 5:30, and 6 o'clock. You've been working this desk, and I know you probably want to get in here right now because if you've seen Isaac, in the mornings and in the evenings, he's bringing up the graphics and he's showing us the video and he's kind of zooming in on specifically what we're talking about, everything from the Supreme Court to, mail-in ballots to now ballots not being counted immediately. So Isaac's got that covered for you tonight as it happens. We appreciate that so much, and thanks for taking some time out to join us right now.
Yeah, looking forward to it. This is one of the areas where it happens, and of course, exciting to bring election coverage. It's hard to believe we're 4 days away.
I can't believe it.
We've been talking about it for months.
Right.
We've been talking about it a couple of years, even way before I started here, and right now we're just getting toward the end. But even though we're near the end, doesn't mean that we're going to stop, because there is a lot to get to and a lot of things that we're going to cram into the next 4 days and possibly longer, depending on how this election result plays out.
And here in our alert desk area, we're going to be utilizing this much more than we are right now. Come election day, you're going to see us here quite a bit. And it's not that we want you to get sick of us, but it's literally that we want to bring you the up-to-date information. That is our job. That is why we are here, because we want to update you with what is going on. So that is our goal, our motivation, as broadcasters here at Erie News Now, to keep you informed. And if you have any questions, feel free to send us a message on our Facebook page.
Yep.
Feel free to email us at news@erienewsnow.com, news@erienewsnow.com, or you can even stop by. We did have somebody stop by earlier that, as Scott McDowell, our news director, said, was very overcome with emotion. And so, giving us an email or sending us a message, is adequate. But we want to hear from you, too. So, we are here to get the message out.
And that's the important. The people are the ones who will decide the election. You have polls, you have different groups that will try to push campaign, but ultimately it's the people that decide the election. One of the great things about American democracy is it's the people that get out and vote, and there's a higher voter turnout than ever this year. So it's going to be really interesting to see just how many people go out to vote. We're already seeing early voting exploding more than we've ever seen it. Pandemic obviously is attributed to that, but I think what will be very interesting, like we said, is just seeing the voter turnout, the enthusiasm, whether it's for one candidate or another, that we're seeing this year with the vote. It's pretty incredible to watch in 2020.
It really is history in the making. And we appreciate you being here once again with us. I'm Eva Master-Madio, alongside Isaac Petcash, and from all of us here at Erie News Now, thanks for watching. Isaac, did I do that right? No?
It's